2 weeks ago, my world was shattered when I discovered that my wife of over 10 years had been having an affair for the past 8 months. The person she was involved with is her senior at work, a man 20 years older than her. We have one child together, and right now, they are the only reason I am holding on, trying to keep myself together. I haven't sought therapy yet, though I probably should because the pain is unbearable. Every time I look at her, I am overwhelmed by the deception, the choices she made, and the irreparable damage she has caused. Our wedding photos are no longer a source of joy, they make me physically ill, so I had to take them down. I can't even wear my wedding ring anymore because it no longer symbolizes love and commitment. It feels like a painful reminder of betrayal. I loved the life we built together and cannot bear the thought of losing it. My life has always been simple: work, family, exercise, coaching my child's sports team. Occasionally, I travel for work and take time to go hiking or sightseeing. I believed my life was stable, predictable, and fulfilling. Now, I feel trapped between two impossible choices. Option 1. Divorce. If I leave, I will no longer see my child every day. They will be left in the care of their unstable mother and possibly her new partner for half the time. The thought of my child being exposed to this man terrifies me. I won't be there to protect them, to ensure their well-being, to be the guiding presence they need. Option 2. Stay. If I stay, I will be physically present for my child every day, but at what cost? I would have to share a home with a woman I no longer trust, a woman who spent 8 months making decisions that destroyed our marriage. She insists that I should move past this, saying that we had a good marriage until now. But one devastating choice can erase years of trust, and she has proven that she is capable of such a betrayal. She is now attending individual counseling multiple times a week, but I remain skeptical about its effectiveness. I feel completely lost. If I divorce, I lose time with my child. If I stay, I sacrifice my own happiness and end up babysitting my wife. How does one weigh staying for the children against leaving for their own sanity? Any advice or perspective would be deeply appreciated. Update. It has been a few weeks since D-Day, and my wife and I are now officially separated. 2 weeks after uncovering the affair, I told her she needed to leave. At first, she resisted, saying she wanted to work on our marriage, but I was firm. She has since moved into a small apartment nearby to facilitate co-parenting. Every drop-off and pick-up of our child feels like walking into a battlefield. I limit communication with her to what is strictly necessary, yet she constantly picks fights. I don't know if it's guilt, frustration, or an inability to face the consequences of her choices, but I have reached a point where I no longer care about her reasons. I just want this part to be over. She still pushes for reconciliation, claiming she wants to heal and fix our marriage. However, I know she hasn't fully let go of her affair partner. Even while professing a desire to rebuild our relationship, she continues to maintain emotional ties with him. She wants to keep one foot in our family life while keeping the other planted firmly in her affair. I have made it clear that I am not interested in reconciliation. I have started the divorce proceedings and suggested using a mediator to save money and avoid a prolonged battle, but she is making even this process difficult. One day she agrees, the next she refuses. She keeps dragging this out instead of allowing us both to move forward. I am trying to keep things civil for the sake of our child, but it is incredibly difficult when the betrayal is still so raw. I feel angry, exhausted, and deeply hurt, but I know I must remain composed for my child's sake. For those who have been in similar situations, how do you successfully co-parent with someone you deeply resent? How do you keep things from becoming toxic when the betrayal is all-consuming? I just want to move forward, but I feel stuck in the mess she created. Story 2. My wife of 5 years emotionally cheated, but I want to fix things. Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'll try to keep this brief and to the point, but here's my situation. Background. My wife and I have been together for 5 years, 4 years of dating and 1 year of marriage. Overall, our relationship has been good. She has always struggled with low self-esteem, and I have done my best to uplift her. To me, she is an intelligent, beautiful woman, but convincing her to see herself that way has always been a challenge. Recently, she started working in a stressful job with unpredictable shifts, which has taken a toll on her mental health. No matter how hard I try, it has become increasingly difficult to cheer her up. I stay up with her during her night shifts to keep her company, hoping to make things easier. However, the only real escape for her seems to be gaming, particularly an MMORPG. I supported her gaming habit because I knew it helped alleviate some of her stress, even though it often meant she was more focused on the game than on our relationship. But what I didn't anticipate was how this escape would lead her into an emotional. Lately, I've been feeling uneasy, but I kept brushing it off, thinking my mind was just running wild again. However, I couldn't shake the feeling, so I ended up checking my partner's phone, a decision that made me feel terrible. At first, I saw what seemed like an innocent message from someone I assumed was one of the online friends she often talked about, most of whom were guys. But as I scrolled back, I discovered explicit messages and what appeared to be shared pictures. My heart sank. I confronted her about it, and she immediately became upset. She admitted that she never wanted to hurt me or risk losing our relationship. As we talked more openly, she revealed that she had been feeling neglected and unappreciated, that our life together had become monotonous. This revelation stung, especially because I had been making an effort to keep things interesting and was always willing to try new things with her. She then told me that part of the reason she drifted toward this other person was that I had stopped playing the game with her. She missed having someone to share that experience with. While I felt bad, the truth was, with work, life responsibilities, and trying to secure our future, like saving up to buy a home, I simply didn't have the time to dedicate to gaming like before. That conversation opened the door to deeper discussions, and she confessed that she hadn't been enjoying our intimacy either. That was a devastating blow. It felt like my entire world had crumbled. The next day, I didn't know how to process everything. We were both overwhelmed, crying at different moments, caught between love and heartbreak. Fast forward to today. Despite everything, we're still together. But things don't feel any different. She promised that she wouldn't send any more pictures, yet she still wants to keep playing the game with that same person, insisting they're just friends. I don't know how to feel about it. Gaming has been her escape from stress, and I don't want to take that away from her, but at the same time, I can't ignore the way it makes me feel. I admit, I feel foolish for how much I've invested in making her life comfortable. I've stayed up late to support her during work shifts, encouraged her when she was at her lowest, and always tried my best to be there for her. But when she's gaming, it's like she disappears into another world, detached from me and our relationship. I appreciate everyone who has taken the time to offer advice. I know I need to talk to her again and express how I feel about this other person. If things work out, that would be amazing. If not, then I have to accept reality and move forward. I suppose I just needed to hear this from someone else because, deep down, I'm scared. Facing the possibility that this relationship might not be salvageable is painful. But at the end of the day, I'd rather be happy than constantly stressed. Update: I had another conversation with her, and unfortunately, it seems like things might not work out. It hurts, but I'm grateful to have put my feelings out there. Moving forward won't be easy, but I know it's necessary. Thank you to everyone who shared their thoughts, experiences, and support. It truly means a lot.